Saturday night came to a climactic close as the Shanghai Dragons versus the Dallas Fuel heated up the Blizzard Arena. A game that was closely watched by everyone due to Shanghai achieving their first winning streak. Tensions and expectations were high. Unfortunately, the Dragons couldn't manage to slip away from the power of the Fuel. Though they lost, they still put up a good fight and even pushed the Fuel into a map 5. On Ilios, hopes were high for the Dragons as the round began. Starting at the Lighthouse, Shanghai managed to collect some capture percentage, though the Fuel were quick to kick them off. Unfortunately, though they tried, they couldn't manage to flip the point back. Dallas held them off for the rest of the round, earning their first point of the game. The second round in Ruins started along the same lines. However, a massive play from Ding earned Shanghai a chance to fight back. They turned the point when Dallas rested just below a victory and fought hard to keep them back. The Dragons pushed until 99% when the Fuel decided they'd had enough. Unfortunately, Dallas had enough power to maintain their push and held the Dragons off once more. The map was lost 0-2. Nambani started as a bit of a slow burn. The Dragons tried to push initially, but were quickly shut down by RCK. However, the second time around, Gamsu led the fight with an Earth Shatter. From there, Ding followed up with another Diva Bomb, allowing them to win the team fight and capture the point. As the payload moved, Ding switched to his specialty, Sombra. With a massive EMP, the Dragons completed another team wipe. Despite some effective plays from the Fuel, Shanghai managed to push through to the second point. The third point swung entirely in favor of the Dragons. After a double kill from Gamsu, the team was quick to clean up the rest of the Fuel. With ease, Shanghai completed the map. When the tables were turned, Dallas was able to break through their initial defense. However, despite a successful first two pushes, the Dragons were able to gain momentum and fight back. Team fight after team fight, they held the Fuel back. In the end, Dallas couldn't group together. Shanghai won this map 3-2. On Volskaya, Shanghai got the chance to attack first, and after winning at the half, they were ready for more. The Dragons showed an impressive performance, pushing Dallas back almost immediately in order to get a first point capture. The second point was a bit more tentative, though another massive play from Gamsu allowed them to take the charge. The team followed up, notably with Ding canceling 2 enemy ultimates. Shanghai swept Dallas away with ease. They earned their second point capture with time to spare. Unfortunately, Dallas was ready to clap back with a vengeance. Their snowball of both points happened just as quickly as Shanghai's, allowing them to stay in the game and give the Dragons a run for their money. Shanghai got to attack again in the second round. Their initial pushes seemed to be a little staggered, but they managed to hold on and push through. Constantly contested by the Fuel, who had spawn advantage, they managed to get nearly 3 ticks before having to back off. With a rejuvenated energy, the Dragons came back at full force and managed to complete the second point capture. With the tables turned once more, Dallas found themselves struggling a little bit. Initially, the Dragons were able to keep Dallas away from the point. However, RCK led an important duel, causing them to earn a first point capture. During the second point, it was Unco with some amazing Zenyatta plays that allowed Dallas to complete the second point with just 30 seconds remaining. Dallas attacked third first, since they had less time in their bank. The Dragons managed to full hold them, giving their team the upper hand. With more time and more room to work with, the Dragons were able to push through the Fuel's defenses. With especially good plays from Ding on Sombra, Shanghai were able to win this map 5-4. On Dorado, Shanghai got to attack first, giving them a better chance to earn more points and close out the game. With Ding still showing absolute dominance on Sombra and the Fuel unable to find a way to counter him, they pushed through the map with ease. Upon completion, they had extra time left over, ensuring that they wouldn't go down without a fight. Their defense proved to be strong as well, with Dallas struggling to break through the hold that Shanghai built. Massive EMPs from Ding were followed up by DM and Youngjin. However, the Fuel were ready and managed to engage in a team kill. It earned them the first point and gave them momentum for the second push. Another one team fight earned them the second point as well, making things harder for the Dragons. A successful wipe earned them a completed map and a tied round. Shanghai got to attack first again, since their time bank was smaller. With only 55 seconds, Shanghai managed to survive the team fight, pushing them into overtime. Despite big plays from DM, as well as a first point capture, the Dragons stepped off the cart pulling a C9. Since they stepped off the payload, the overtime meter vanished. Unfortunately, since Dallas had more time in their bank, they had the advantage going into the next round. With a quick, easy offense and minimal space to go, Dallas managed to come back. Shanghai lost the map 4-3. Pushed to a map 5 on Nepal, the teams brawled it out for the final time. Dallas once again showed dominance on this kind of map style. Though Shanghai managed to flip the point once, the Fuel were quick to take it back. Holding them off completely at 99%, the Fuel finished the game without a sweat. The first point was theirs. The second match swayed in favor of the Shanghai Dragons in the beginning. Flipping the point, they managed to hold it to 99%. Unfortunately, the Fuel still had something to prove. Fighting back, Dallas managed to flip the point and hold it completely until the very end. Despite a strong showing, Shanghai lost the map 0-2. In conclusion, it's unfortunate that the Dragons couldn't manage to keep their newfound win streak going. However, fighting back and taking the Fuel to a map 5 certainly showed that the Dragons aren't done yet. Despite the unfortunate plays on Dorado that could have cost them a win, they're still growing and finding footing as this new team. Next week, when the Dragons rematch against the Fuel, they'll be able to get some revenge. Until then, they've only got room to grow. If you love great Overwatch League content, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Now, from our house to yours, thanks for watching.